Alright, awesome. I think we're good. Alright, so timing on this game actually starts on the main menu, so I'm gonna go back to that. Alright, well, let's get started. So the next game coming up is Terry's Wonderland 3D, and go. So this game is a remake of the Game Boy Color game for the 3DS. And let me just make sure I hit the right thing here. Okay. It's they changed a lot actually. So the basic story is pretty much the same as before. So you know, we're gonna see it get set up here, but Terry and Mileyu are living together. Mileyu gets taken away by Warubo, and Watabo kind of helps Terry to save Mileyu. But the game mechanics are completely different actually. They're a lot closer to the Joker game mechanics. So it's kind of interesting to have like the old game superimposed with the new mechanics. And actually, like a lot of what I worry about during this run are going to be the new mechanics. Skill points are extremely important throughout the run. Alright, so kind of getting set up here. The worst thing about running this game in my mind actually is that there's 10 minutes of cutscenes at the beginning. They're very pretty cutscenes, so it's kind of fun, but when you've played them 100 times, kind of old. Yeah, the wardrobe is the size of like Terry and Mileyu combined times 2. So, I really like running this game actually. There's one part of the game where RNG is really bad. That's the rank D fight. Which, you know, when I get there, you'll see why it's bad. But other than that, it's actually a very runnable game, I think, in my opinion at least. The Game Boy Color version of the game, it's pretty rough. Like, I heard it's a fun speedrun, but there's a lot of fights where you just have to depend on RNG and kind of wait for monsters to kill themselves. And it's like, it seems like a lot of hoping. And so I kind of like running this game because it's a little bit more consistent. Also, the community's not as big, so like I feel like I can have more of an achievement, which is kind of fun too. Yeah, so this is Watabo, and Watabo was actually trying to stop Warubo initially, but Watabo just came just too late. But he's like, well, I can help you out. Let me take you to the wonderful world. Alright, so for the first time we're like leaving the Terry's house area and going to Great Tree. It must have been a heavy wastebasket, GK Nolan. So, interesting thing about this game, actually, when I submitted it for this marathon, I told Tonic, like, well, the strats are mostly going to be the same as last year, but I think it's a pretty fun game, and it should be, you know, I think it's fun to have in the marathon. And then, like, a few weeks after that, this guy comes along, Hembury, and changes the strats dramatically. So I do actually get to show some new strats today, which will be really nice. And they're a lot faster. The kind of the main strats and like the monsters we get is mostly the same, with one exception I'll get to later. But Hembury really figured out how to optimize all of the grinds throughout the run, and it turns out that saves a significant amount of time. I think he was able to beat my world record by about 15 minutes. So now he has the world record because of those optimizations. There's an extremely small optimization here. In this game, you can move using like the directional pad or the circle pad thing, and here it's optimal to use the directional pad, just because like you have to go in a straight line, and if you use the circle pad on the 3DS, you'll invariably like not go completely straight, so you'll lose a little bit of time, but you know, it's an extremely small time save from there. But since like there's nothing else to really optimize at this part, you know, you might as well optimize that. Oh, are we doing a name for Terry? My choice. Okay, we're gonna go with Terry then. Oh, I accidentally deleted the bar, but... Yep, I just did Tonic. Oh, see, so this here I didn't use the directional pad, and so I'm not going straight. I lost a bit of time doing that. So this guy, he asks you if you're like a monster master, and if you say yes, he gets really excited and has a lot of text boxes, so it's a lot faster just to say no to him. Alright, so we got our first monster, which is slime. It actually doesn't matter in this game, like, how long Terry's name is, because it always shows up in one chunk. So I always use the default of just Terry, but I had an extra input there. That's a good FFZ emote. I like that. Yeah, a lot of FFZ emotes are relevant to this run actually. There's CT Slime, CT Meat, CT Balzac. So we'll get a lot of good use out of those. Alright, so this guy actually asks you if you want to know how to equip weapons to your monsters. And you can actually avoid him like turning around and talking to you if you do that after the first dungeon. But it turns out it's kind of nice to have the extra attack during the first dungeon. I'm actually going to equip it now, so... So yeah, equipment wasn't something that was in the original, and that's something they added. It is in the DQM2, but not to like the degree that it is in this game. It's kind of closer to Joker in that regard. This is zoom here, which is another nice feature they added, which means we won't be doing too much walking around in this run. And the game actually makes you get zoom. I mean, we would anyways because it's faster, but... So interestingly, they made this game so that you have a tutorial section here, which is kind of annoying actually. You know, the original game didn't tell you how to play the game basically. So we have to scout a monster here before Wadabow will let us leave this area. And conveniently, we do need a Draki. It turns out Draki is really good. You'll see why after this first dungeon. Alright, that's good. That's only a 45% chance of happening, so pretty nice. Sometimes he won't join you, and then you have to go fight the Ant Bear, and then run away from that fight, and then try to fight Draki again, and if that happens, you know, it just takes so much time. It can get pretty annoying. So most maps in this game are random, completely random, but this is like the only map in a dungeon where everything's fixed. So I actually know there's always going to be a piece of meat back here, and there's always going to be a piece of meat up here, and if I get 2 meats, I need 2 meats at least for the run, so it's pretty good. Alright, so the next monster we need to get is a Picky. Let's look for the Picky. There's not one on this floor, so we'll have to go down. So unlike the original game, the way you get monsters in this game is scouting, and you get your scout percentage higher by doing more damage basically to the monster. So if you can do a significant fraction of the monster's HP worth of damage, then you'll get then you'll have like a higher likelihood of scouting it. And what the meat does, which is a new thing in this game I believe, is just add on a fixed percentage to that scout percentage. So the meat is a really good item. I need a female slime, so it's not gonna work. And the meat is particularly good when you want to scout monsters like metal slimes, because you basically can't do damage to them, so you're not going to get any percentage by attacking them, but you will get percentage from the meat. So the meat is a pretty nice addition they made to this game. I think this one's female. Another nice feature that they didn't have in the Joker games is you can actually check the gender of the monster before you scout it. In Joker runs, you just kind of have to hope that the genders align, and it's either a huge time loss or a reset if the genders don't align. Let's see if this guy's good. Alright, we found a female. Oh, whoops. I did not mean to do that, but that's fine. Ah, we got a first strike anyways. So yeah, another cool thing about this game is, unlike the Joker games, you actually run faster than most monsters, so it's pretty easy to just have a run where you don't get any unwanted encounters. I mean, it's not trivial, but you know, it's something you should be able to do. Whereas in a Joker run, I feel like that's almost impossible. Alright, so here's our first boss, Heel Slime. He's pretty easy, we just attack him. I do have to keep track of his HP though, so I'm going to be saying a bunch of numbers. I need to take Picky out before, so that's 10. I need to take Picky out of the party before I kill Heel Slime. Heel Slime really doesn't like that slime. 23, 26, 27, 34. Uh, 41, 43, 4, so that should be around 50. So we're gonna take Picky out here. And the reason for that is this will give enough experience to these three monsters just to get to level 3. He healed. That's a little annoying. And level 3 is when you first start getting skill points. And I need skill points on these guys a lot more than I need on Picky. And that's why we take Picky out of the party. I do need to heal Draki here, unfortunately. Cool. First boss down. We're gonna allocate skill points to give Blaze to the Slimes and Dark Spike to the Draki. Also known as the Family Doctor. It actually turns out that Heel Slime is close to useless in this run. But he's like forced to join your party, so you know, we'll keep him around. Sometimes he's like marginally useful in healing during the dragon fight. So I might use him for that, but that's about all he's useful for. Unfortunately, he's really not good for breeding. Even though, like, the next 2 boss monsters I get are amazing for breeding. Or I think it's called synthesizing in the English versions, but really breeding. Alright, so the game now, we've beaten Heel Slime. So what the story was there was The king was upset at the guy who worked on the farm because he let all the monsters escape, including Heel Slime. And so our mission was to like go get Heel Slime and bring it back to the king. But Heel Slime was like, I want to go on an adventure. Like, I don't want to sit around in the farm. And so that's why like he comes with us. And now that gave us the right to fight in the tournament, which is what we're going to do next after getting a few items. Oh no, I had some splits loaded, so I guess the timer's going to be red from here on out, but okay. So, what we're getting here are a few weapons, and most importantly, we're getting items that can teach your monsters a skill. And this is great because when a monster has 3 skills as opposed to 2, it gains skill points faster. And we need to like maximize the amount of skill points we're getting on every monster. So I'm gonna give... It doesn't really matter what the skills are, but I'm giving them to Picky and Slime. Picky, a weapon. We'll allocate skill points to Heel Slime, in case I need heal. And then... I didn't know this until like a month ago, but you can actually move around your menu using your touchscreen. I just like never used the touchscreen, so I had no clue. So we're gonna put zoom on the first, on like the default position of the menu so that we can get to zoom faster. Because zoom is kind of the most common thing we need to do inside the menu. That's also like a pretty small time save, but it's pretty nice. Not have to like you know, go through a lot just to use zoom. And so we'll be relying on that basically until we get Dragon, which isn't so far after this actually, but if Draki's Dark Spike wasn't there, we probably would have to have very different strats for Dragon. This little girl likes slimes as much as I do, like, she's collected 2 as well. Part of the game, so it makes it go pretty quickly. In particular, Draki's Dark Spike, like, it can do about 30 damage, which is huge at the beginning of the game, so we'll be relying on that basically until we get Dragon, which isn't so far after this actually, but if Draki's Dark Spike wasn't there, we probably would have to have very different strats for Dragon. This little girl likes slimes as much as I do, like, she's collected 2 as well. The reason we get Slime actually is that it has a very quick growth rate. And you know, it's nice that it has Blaze. Another monster you can get in that first world is Ampere, but Ampere has a very, very slow growth rate, and so we actually need to get the Slime and Picky up to level 15 so they get enough skill points, and so it would be really bad if we had to do that with Ampere because it would be pretty slow. these fights are almost impossible to lose. Like, I barely pay attention to them anymore. Oh, this fight though, the Hork can poison your party, which, it's not bad really, but it is really slow. Yeah, here he goes. When you're poisoned, there's just like so many animations, and the animations really add up, so that makes the fight go slowly, yeah. Like after every attack, you get this little cutscene with poison. Cool! Another fun thing about this game, is that the tournament fights don't cost money, which is great, because a lot of the Game Boy Color version speedrun is about managing to get enough money to actually do the rank S fight. But they actually pay you money at the end, so a significant amount of the money like you acquire during the run does come from completing the tournament fights. So this is the king from the DQM2 world. He looks pretty exotic because DQM2 is supposed to be kind of like tropical. He's like, yeah, of course I'm gonna beat you guys in the Starry Night tournament. So after talking to this guy a bit, we are now gonna go to fight Dragon, and we'll use Zoom for the first time. So here we have to get a monster. I can never remember the English name of the monster. It's a cucumber monster. The reason I can never remember it is because in Japanese it's a zucchini, not a cucumber. So it's kind of funny that they decided to change that. Maybe like Cucumber Raid? That seems like a reasonable name. I mean, we'll come across it pretty soon. And again, all these maps are random, so, you know, sometimes there are multiple paths, and you just choose one, and, you know, sometimes you're wrong and sometimes you're right. And you would think that would have a lot of effect on your speedrun, in terms of time, but it seems to, for the most part, average out. Like, in my splits, I can definitely tell in the first world if I get a particularly big map. But after that, it doesn't really seem to show up very much. This is kind of... That monster that's like a collection of flies, it can just be hard to see sometimes, and because of that, I often accidentally get in encounters with it, yeah. But we'll avoid it. I haven't... Oh, here it is. Finally. So we need a female cucumber. Nope, that's male. So, let's see. Cruel Cumber, that's the name. I never remember that. Alright, there's two of these guys. One of them has to be female. The second one's female. So you see here, the monsters we're getting, I'm sorry, the monsters aren't doing that much damage to the Cucumber. So, it's really nice to have the meat to, you know, add a fixed amount to it. And it's really nice actually that I found a lot of meat so that, I can already, I can use more. If I didn't find extra meats along the way, then I can only use one. And obviously that decreases the chances of you getting one. Alright, I guess we're gonna use 3. Actually, it's nicer, later on I need to get a Sabercat Cub, and Sabercat Cub is even harder to get, so I think I'm gonna try to do it with 2 here. 70%, right? Alright, there we go. So now we're gonna heal up, and we'll fight Dragon. So Dragon is like the real underdog story. Like this team of monsters, like 2 slimes, a Picky and a Draki. They're gonna take down this gigantic dragon. Seems ridiculous, but we're gonna do it. This is supposed to be, I think it's DQ1 that this is emulating here. So in DQ1, like, you pick up the princess and take her away. But Terry's too small to do that, so he can't do it. And there's a little, like, you know, you kind of have to, like, tell the princess she's not fat in this version. Okay, so that's 40, 55, roughly. Uh, 59, roughly. The dragon can get 2 attacks per turn, and we really don't want that to happen. 60, 75, that's about 90, would be like 115. Alright, this is the worst thing he can do. Yeah, that was a really bad turn. Oh, okay, that wasn't too bad. Let's switch you out for you. Herb on slime. In doing all that though, I think we were at like 115. So 2 more turns, I think. That's fine. Perfect. So we're gonna finish it off with these 3 to make sure the experience gets to the right monsters. That was a very good dragon fight. I'm pretty happy about that. So we wanted Slime and Cucumber to get experience, and so that's why I put Cucumber in right at the end. Draki doesn't really need the experience, but Draki can do the most damage, so it's just a lot safer to leave him in. Alright, but now we got Dragon, who is he's gonna be great until we end up breeding him. Put you away. Kind of the goal of the beginning of the run, at least, is to get Slime and Cucumber up to level 11 as quickly as possible. And so that's kind of what I'm working on right now. Because once they get to level 11, they have a good number of skill points and they can breed. that's, so I need to allocate skill points to Dragon. I sometimes forget this. I've actually forgot that in my PV, and I wasted like a minute. So there. So we're gonna do rank F right now. Rank F, pretty much if you have Dragon, it's pretty easy to beat. I thought about strats where we only bring in Dragon, but unfortunately, these monsters can do enough damage to destroy Dragon, so we have to bring in Slime and Cucumber as well. An interesting thing about Dragon, actually, most bosses, like, when they join your party, their stats get significantly reduced, but Dragon basically keeps all his stats, which is quite amazing. So, like, he has extremely high defense, he has about 160 HP, you know, he can use Flame Breath. He is a force to be reckoned with at this point in the game. So up until now, we pretty much played this game just as like most people who, you know, like in a casual playthrough, you might catch a few more monsters, but this is probably how you'd be playing it. But after this tournament, that's gonna change drastically. For one thing, we're gonna skip rank E and go straight to rank D, and yeah, unfortunately that is like a very risky thing, but it turns out to be fast, so the speedrun has to do it. So Slime died somewhere along there, and you can see I wasn't fazed by that at all. I actually want him to die because that means he'll take fewer actions, and actions take time, so it actually works out. This is the last fight in this. It's pretty much going to be the same. Use Flame Breath. I guess one thing I haven't mentioned really is that Dragon can get 1 or 2 attacks per turn, and it's almost always faster if he gets 2. So we're kind of always hoping he gets 2, but sometimes he does have to get 1. Alright, that was really nice to get 2. Oh, he got confused. Wow, that never happens. Like, actually, that never happens. Marathon luck, I guess. There we go. Easy peasy. So the main advantage, so in my old strats I actually used to do rank F, is what we just did. A lot later, like, I figured, you know, might as well do the grind first. But it turns out this gate is actually pretty nice to unlock, so might as well, like, because rank F is easy enough to do once you get Dragon. You might as well unlock this gate, and then we can do the grinding here. We used to go to a different gate to do the grind, but I figured out that that's slower, so it's not worth it. Alright, that's oh, that's not perfect. Ideally, I want to take Dragon out, before, I kill the last monster, so that Dragon doesn't get the experience, because I really want Slime and the Cruel Cumber to get the experience right now. So in that sense, like, in this part of the game, it might actually be better if Dragon gets one attack instead of two. Yeah, like now I'm gonna take him out. I don't remember if like the standby feature was as prevalent in the Joker games, but we do abuse it quite a bit. Ooh, you got to go first, really? That was a pretty excessive crit, but we'll take it. The slime can learn heal using skill points here, so that's what I was doing there, is teaching slime heal and then healing out my other slime. Oh, this is like a veritable cornucopia of monsters. I think I'm gonna keep Dragon in. A little safer. I guess it was fine, but... The brownies can be a little scary, so I didn't want to take my chances, especially for a marathon run. So I guess while I'm grinding, one thing I can say is, like, the Dragon Quest Monsters games are really interesting speedrun-wise, because there's just so many possibilities. Like, in this game, there's probably at least 200 monsters that you could, like, reasonably get during a speedrun. And... you know, we found one Balzac that seems pretty optimal, but, you know, someone could come next month and, like, just show off strats with a completely new monster, and I would not be surprised, you know, something like that were faster. Like, there's just so many things you could optimize over, and just that makes it really hard to find, like, the optimal thing to do in a speedrun. You know, it's not like Pokemon where, you know, the first monster you get, you just take that through the whole game, and that's the fastest thing to do, like, almost always. Like, there's a good bit of routing you have to do in these games. Alright, so this should be the last battle. After this, my monster should be at level 11. Oh yeah, definitely, because I can take Dragon out here. Cool. So we get to level 11. the last half hour of the run. But it's convenient to set up this zoom point now. Alright, so this gives us a Leafa, which as far as I know is like a monsters only monster. But Leafa is amazing, and you'll see why in like 20 minutes. Leafa is the reason we can even attempt rank D without doing rank E. So, very powerful monster, even though it's like an unassuming little tiny thing. I'm gonna shamelessly plug myself, and I went in and out of there really quickly just to set up the zoom point there. It's actually interesting, we're not gonna come there until like the last half hour of the run. But it's convenient to set up this zoom point now. Alright, so this gives us a Leafa, which as far as I know is like a monsters only monster. But Leafa is amazing, and you'll see why in like 20 minutes. Leafa is the reason we can even attempt rank D without doing rank E. So, very powerful monster, even though it's like an unassuming little tiny thing. I'm gonna shamelessly plug myself and say that Dragon Warrior Monsters 2, I think tomorrow night at 7 Pacific, I believe, will be my Dragon Warrior Monsters 2 run. That's a really fun run too, so you guys should be here for that. Yeah, it's a Game Boy Color game. So this dungeon here is the Golem is the boss at the end of it, and I really wanted to take this out of the run because we basically don't do anything but just like go through this dungeon just for Golem. You know, we're not doing anything along the way, but it's worth it. Golem is a rank D monster. And that just gives us so much upward mobility in terms of breeding that he's pretty much necessary. And he's not that hard of a fight at this point, which is a good +2. We get to hear some awesome music for a while. I forget which Dragon Quest this music is from though. I'm sure someone in chat will know. Probably Dragon Quest 1, considering this boss fight is like Dragon Quest 1. Yeah. Alright, that makes sense. Good job, guys. Alright, Golem has 250 HP, and the goal here is to get Leafa to kill it by itself. So I really need to keep track of HP again. So that's about 60. About 85. No, 80. That's 130. 155, roughly. 175. Then we're good. That's about 205. That's like 220. Alright. Yeah, Leafa should go first, so I think we're good. Okay, he attacked anyways, so we're definitely good. Leafa is gonna kill it alone, and this gets Leafa up to level 11, which is fantastic. Alright, so now Leafa has 50 skill points, which allows it to learn Water Gun. And Water Gun can do it does about 80 to 100 damage to all opponents. So that's really good. We're gonna use it for a while. Basically until we get Balzac, Water Gun's gonna be like what takes us through. I have not played Joker 3 yet. That's on my list of things to do, like, after this marathon. I figured practicing for the marathon was a little more important. But I hear it was really good. Apparently it's pretty challenging, which should be fun. It means you probably have to get creative with breeding to actually beat the game, which I appreciate. So now I need to get a Saber Cat Cub, and after that we can go to rank D. I think I have 3 pieces of meat for Saber Cat Cubs, so this shouldn't be too hard to do. Sometimes the hitboxes are a little funny, so I thought I could get through that, but the tree was blocking me. The Saber Cat Cub is actually kind of hard to scout, so it's really nice to have a lot of meat, especially for a marathon run. But of course we get it with like 40%. Okay, skill point 2. And there. A nice thing about this game actually is that you can turn off moves you don't want your monsters to use inside the tournament. So, you know, you can't tell your monsters exactly what you want to do, but if there's a move you never want them to use, you can turn it off. Which actually proves to be pretty key for this next fight coming up. So this is kind of like, you know, the game definitely allows you to do it, so it's not like, you know, an unintended sequence break. But we are skipping, like, the intended order of tournaments now and going straight to rank D. And these fights are rough. Like, this is the biggest RNG part of the run. I estimate that, like, you probably have about a 20% chance of beating rank D on any attempt. So 1 in 5 is what we're looking at here. And the reason for that is just, you know, you're not supposed to come with, like, monsters this week. Like, you know, you're supposed to do a bit more breeding. Come up with lots of, you know, your monsters are supposed to have better stats. But this is a speedrun, so we don't have time for that. Alright, so that first battle I took a little more damage than I would have liked, but let's see how this goes. This second fight is kind of what sets the tone for the whole tournament. That Medusa Eye there is a terrifying monster. So the whole reason we get Saber Cat Cub for this actually is this Medusa Eye. Because the Medusa Eye has a really high attack, and Saber Cat Cub can, with 100% probability, decrease Medusa Eye's attack. So we take a little bit less damage from it. But it can still attack my whole party, which is pretty mean. Alright, this is Confused Cut, which is the worst. Surround is okay, but Leafa's confused now. Yeah, this isn't going well. I think we're just gonna try again. See, if Leafa's confused, Leafa's the one who can do like 100 damage to Medusa Eye. So if Leafa's confused, like, you're missing out on 100 damage. And then Leafa only have like 10 HP left. So only one attack of Medusa Eye would have killed it, and so that's why it's kind of better to just try again. So I don't know if I should reveal it this early, but I do have a backup save, just in case this goes horribly. So we'll definitely do a lot more attempts of rank D, but I had a practice run a couple weeks ago where it took me an hour to get through this. And so we're not gonna wait an hour. If that happens, I have a backup save that I can load up. But hopefully it won't come down to that. Unfortunately, Leafa took a lot of damage there too. Basically, the reason Leafa is at the end of the party is I want Saber Cat Cub and Dragon to tank all the hits. But that doesn't seem to be happening today. Yeah, the Beast Swarm is a really strong monster, actually. Like, I don't know, each individual attack is really small, but when they add up, it's terrifying. Surround is the best thing Medusa I can do. Alright, Surround attacks Surround, we'll take that. I think if Dragon gets 2 attacks here, we can probably kill it. Alright. We're getting to the last fight. Unfortunately, Leafa's not at an HP where he can tank a Saber Cat hit in this next fight, so that's a little risky. But if that doesn't happen and Dragon and Leafa don't get stunned, that's actually a pretty big if. We can win this. So these saber cats in this fight, they have an ability that always makes them go first. And that's a really annoying ability. Yeah. So it's over. It's too bad, like had they attacked Saber Cat Cub instead of Lifa, we would've won. So a sub 1 rank D is actually pretty good. So the fact that we're just getting to like 1 hour is, you know, it's a good sign. It means this run is decent. I really need this first fight to go well, I think. Because Lifa has just been taking too much damage in this first fight. Alright, that's good. Dragon simply attack. Ooh, that's really good. So, if two monsters do the same move, like one of your monsters and one of the enemy monsters, they can cancel each other out. Which is what happened there. And so, the Beast Swarm didn't get to attack there. It's fantastic. Because it's probably the monster that can do the most damage. Let's see if this goes well this time. Oh yeah, that's one thing I haven't really mentioned. Like, why don't we bring a healer into this fight? But there's just not space, because Dragon takes up 2 slots, and he's really necessary. You know, we need Saber Cat to decrease Medusa's attack here, and Lifa is necessary for getting in attacks too. Alright, this is still okay, but very risky. I would have much preferred if Saber Cat Cub didn't die there. But Dragon can tank a hit from Saber Cat, so that it has that going for it. Alright, miss. Ah! Had that miss, we would've won, but he stunned my party, so there was nothing I could do. This is like the bad thing though, like, you know, I have to be like, yes, please miss, to get through this fight. So we're probably approaching like 5 tries, right? So I'm due for like passing this soon. When you're going for PB attempts, it's kind of sad though, because like you'll have a good run up until this point, and then you don't get it first try. That is a frustrating thing about running this game. So if any of you watched last year we had a Caterpillar instead of the Sabercat Cub. And those strats are actually more consistent. Sabercat Cub is a little riskier. But the problem is, it's slower as well, so that's why we get Sabercat Cub now. It's really too bad, because those were good strats. We get a regular attack. I missed everyone but Dragon, that's kind of nice. I think this kills. No? Okay, let's kill it. Good. Alright, I think this is like the best we're ever gonna be in. But, things can always happen, so I'm not really sure when ever. I wonder if you could do like RNG manipulation with these fights. That would change everything. No. Yeah, I think this is over. We really need Dragon to stay alive too. We're gonna try, but it's hard. Especially if he keeps healing everyone, yeah. Well, that's a good crit, at least. That's pretty annoying. Leafa, please! That was a really nice crit. Oh my god, we're gonna do this. I was not expecting to clear that, wow. It is gonna take forever, but hey. I think he got a few turns of healing in before I started attacking it too, so... Alright, finally. 110, not bad. I could do a lot worse. I think that was perfect, because you got to see, like, how bad that fight is, but, you know, we actually managed to get through it, too, so, you know, you get to see that it's possible, too. Alright, so... a bit confused. I don't think we're supposed to have Golem in the party, so yeah. Take him out. We breed you and you. Yeah. Yeah, I was supposed to do this earlier, but I forgot. No big deal. And so now that we beat rank D, it opens up like all of the gates on this floor, which is pretty nice. And if you're doing a casual playthrough, you would probably actually like play through all these gates and beat the boss. So, you know, it actually shouldn't be that bad. But we, you know, we want to go fast, so we skip all the gates, and we use really risky strats. So here we use Leafa's water gun to just get, just go through a lot of battles really quickly. And these battles are really good for experience. Yeah, 300 in one battle, like, that's amazing. I don't know who I hit there. Most monsters oh god. Most monsters I tend to want to attack from the back. Because then you have a higher chance of first striking them. Slime Knights are the worst because they don't die to a water gun, but Blaze did it, which is good. Alright, battles like this are great. Just use water gun and it's over. Guess we'll fight these. These guys don't necessarily die to a water gun, so they're not the best to fight. But... and of course they show up with two Slime Knights. Slime could die here. Slime Knights are the worst, by the way. The worst monster possible. We have to leave and come back. That's the best way to heal. Alright, Skull Gurus usually don't show up with things too scary, yeah. This should be a fast fight with water gun. I need another encounter. Alright, hopefully they don't kill Slime again. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, so they're level 15 now, which means they've had 40 total skill points, which is exactly what we need. So I guess I should start explaining this now. A new mechanic they added to this game. If you breed two monsters and they have 20 skill points each in 4 skills, and you don't pass those on to a child, you don't pass those skills on to the child, these skills with 20 skill points are left over. These new skill points make a new monster. And this new monster is actually a rank D monster, which means it's useful for breeding. It's fantastic. This is the monster here. Wait, it's rank B, I think. Yeah, it's rank B. So, like, it's much harder to... You basically can't get a monster that good, especially not one that's not a boss this early in the game without doing something like this. So, it's really cool that they worked that into it. The reason I reset there, though, was I need the book to be able to breed with Draki, and they were the same gender, so that was gonna happen. I believe the book is from DQ7. It is actually from a Dragon Quest game. I think they took some, liberties with the design. I mean, Medusa Eye did not look that terrifying in DQ3, I think is where it originally came in. So right now we have a bunch of, like, breed grind sequences. Right now I'm just like trying to get my monsters up to level 10 so I can breed them. And we're gonna do, we're gonna go through and do a lot of breeding to finally get Balzac, which is the monster we'll be using for like the rest of the run. It goes pretty quickly because of Leafa's water gun. It has lots of knowledge, that's why it's big. These are great battles, by the way, because, like, they're instant. Yeah, that's true. It would be like the size of the heroes. These are great battles, by the way, because, like, they're instant. Yeah, that's true. It would be like the size of the heroes. I guess we'll fight. You don't want to walk around too much because that's just time you're wasting, but... They're very good encounters. Alright, Leafa gets one more water gun, and I'm not sure if that'll be enough. Yeah, probably not, unless this is a really good experience battle. With 3 monsters, I don't think so. So it's a little annoying that I'm going to use a potion for like one battle, but it seems like I'm going to have to. Actually, we'll fight it with these two. Because Dragon needs the experience anyways. It is a little slower, but I think that's probably worth it. Potion's just nice to have later. I really like the book's attack. It's just like, I'm gonna throw pages at you. Oh no, that wasn't enough. Oh, we'll do it with Leafa. Give it a potion. The game's punishing me for being dumb. For being stingy. Alright, so now we can leave here. One unfortunate thing about this game is that, you can't guarantee what gender the child of, any breed of monsters is gonna be. The game expects you to, like, do some quests to get a, staff, which you can equip on your monster to ensure what gender they'll be. But that just takes way too much time, so what we do is we save before reading and hope that it works out. Like, it seems like a risky strat, but it is a faster strat, so we have to do it. Wait. I was supposed to do that earlier. Something got messed up, but that's fine. We will get Wild Ape up to speed. Somehow I managed to really confuse myself with Golem being in my party. That was just like a brain fart though. I don't use notes when I do speedruns, it's like all in my head, so if I do make a stupid brain fart, it really shows. He got up to level 10 like immediately, so it doesn't matter. That would have been bad. Like, I need to save. That's right. Nope. So Gigantes and Giga Dragon, when they breed together, they make a ball sack. Which is like actually a huge step up. I think Gigantes is like a rank A or rank B. Yeah, Gigantes is rank B. And Giga Dragon is rank D, and somehow that makes it rank S monster, so... That works out. Just for some healing. Alright, so this is the last bit of the grind. We just need to get Gigantes and Giga Dragon up to level 10. I really don't want to fight a Slime Knight. We'll go for a Skull Guru. Gigantes does level up pretty slowly, so this grind here takes a little bit of time. And we'll fight you. It's a really nice miss. Gigantes also has a really slow animation for attacking. Jeez, there are only like Slime Knights here. Like my worst nightmare. Alright, we did get first strike on this though, which helps a lot. it does make a pretty big difference in terms of like these grinds. What maps you get? Because like you can tell this one, like the monsters are pretty sparse. They're all slime knights, so like the slime knight battles take longer. So that adds a bit of RNG element to it, but I also think like this kind of averages out too. Like, you know, you'll have one bad one like this, but the others will be good. Get the next room over. It's any better. Yes, I love these guys. Can check, Giga Dragon needs a good bit of experience too, so I'll put both of them in. I think this should be the last fight though. Fight a last fight. Nice crit, Gigantes! Yeah. Alright, they're good. Let me allocate skill points to them. Alright, so we're gonna make a tiny book here by only having 3 skills available. And we're gonna make Balzac. There's always like one miss-zoom. There I just wasn't paying attention though. Correct. I do need... Balzac should have the sword. Now we're gonna go find Battle Rex. I do need a few levels on Balzac. And I'm gonna hope that I see a metal slime while I go through. Alright, so this is gonna be our final party. We finally assembled it, and now we can move on. We can allocate some skill points. There, that gives us 5 kill. Killing. Alright, so now we're gonna go fight Battle Rex. I do need... Balzac should have the sword. Now we're gonna go find Battle Rex. I do need a few levels on Balzac. And I'm gonna hope that I see a metal slime while I go through this dungeon. It's pretty common to see it, but lately I haven't seen very many of them, so we'll see if I'm able to find one. If not, it just means you have to do a few slow battles with you know, these kind of monsters. This gate has like 8 floors, so it is starting to get into like the longer range, but it still goes pretty quickly. Also, this is the 4th dungeon we're gonna beat. Which seems kind of silly after an hour and a half of playing, especially because like in a casual play you'll probably play through like 20 dungeons to beat the game. Well, we're actually only gonna beat 5 dungeons to beat the game, and 3 of them are required, so we're really just doing like what's necessary. It's nice that these guys don't chase you, too. It makes maneuvering here a lot easier. So, Balzac, actually, I think they realized he was too good because, in the DQM2 remake, they actually made it a lot harder to get Balzac. Like, Gigantes plus Giga Dragon doesn't work anymore. Oh yes, Metal Slime! Please don't disappear. Alright, back attack. Alright, we got its defense down at least. Nice! Good job, Balzac. We're gonna take the book out so that Balzac gets as much experience as possible. Very good. Awesome. Allocate skill points to Balzac. There. Alright, so for the rest of these floors, I just want to get through them as fast as possible. I might pick up some items along the way, but... yeah, that was a great Metal Slime fight. Like, back attack... Helm Splitter worked, and then Balzac was able to get 2 actions, so he immediately got to see the effects of Helm Splitter. I got distracted because there was actually another Metal Slime like, to the left there. You can see it in the distance. Oh god. I need to stop getting distracted by that Metal Slime. It's not worth killing 2 right now, so... God, my party could die. Alright, we're gonna pay attention now. Do not get excited by Metal Slimes. That meat might be worth picking up, because you do need a little bit of money at the end, but it was enough out of the way that I wasn't going to bother. These guys are actually a little bit hard to avoid because they swoop down, but if you're moving fast enough, it doesn't really matter. I'll take the healing post because it's right here. We don't always. Well, if I still had the potion from earlier, I definitely wouldn't take the healing post because I could definitely heal SP then. But since I had to use the potion, it's probably like the best thing to do to use that healing post there. I mean, if it's along the way, it really doesn't waste time, so. Alright, we're gonna fight Battle Rex. I think this is the first time, yeah, it's the first time we're introduced to Bad Terry. I think this is supposed to be like the Terry from DQ6 who's an asshole. But, that Terry is like the alternate universe adult Terry. Like, the game makes it pretty clear that, like, it's not the future of this Terry. Since we have Balzac, this fight's actually not bad at all. Strats are like by kill, Balzac, and then Balzac will use Home Splitter. Balzac can get 1 to 3 attacks per turn, and it's pretty, like, I think it's completely random how many you get. So we're obviously hoping for 3 most of the time. Unfortunately, status effects don't really work on Battle Rex that well, so Home Splitter has missed both times. Or like, I haven't gotten the effect from Home Splitter. Yeah, Balzac naturally has a ability that makes him attack twice. Easy peasy. Yep. Oh yeah, I was gonna mention that this year I don't think we have a DQ6 run, so this is like the alternative to it. We get one of the characters from DQ6 at least. So, after beating Battle Rex, that clears like the first floor of levels, and you unlock like a second floor of levels to do. A second floor of like dungeons you can go to. And the game gives you like 4 more tournaments to like unlock them one by one, but we don't do any of that. We just go straight to rank S, which is the hardest one. And we're gonna beat it. I do have a Liquid Metal Slime grind before that though, so we don't immediately go there, but Balzac is actually just good enough to beat rank S, which is pretty amazing. I always think this cutscene is really funny, like, they're shaking around because the tree's growing. It just, like, looks really fake. Okay, so now that the tree grew, we actually are able to access a different area here. This tree stump here appeared. And because of that, we can get the metal ticket, which is out here. Get the metal ticket. Save. $4,600. That is a weird number. We usually need to fight 2 liquid metal slimes, but I may need to fight 3 for money. We'll see. Liquid metal slime. So this area is kind of cool. It's hard to get to, like you have to have a metal ticket to get here, but it's all metal slime, so it's great for grinding. And the game gives you one for free. Also, in this game, Helm Splitter works amazingly on metal monsters, so that's kind of what we use to kill the metal monsters. Once I kill one liquid metal slime, it actually gets pretty easy to kill metal monsters, so I don't really have to worry about it anymore. That 23,000 HP experience. Yeah, we should be good on money, I think. So if you guys look at like the lower left corner where my bottom screen is, you'll see that this area is actually shaped like a slime, which I always like. Oh gosh, this is a crazy battle. Oh, I forgot they're sometimes dumb and the AI does that. We can kill this. I think he can kill it outright. I don't know why. Yeah. He can do 18 damage to it in just one attack. I should have probably commanded it, but whatever. Put 30 skill points there. Yep, we're good on money. This is perfect. You might remember way at the beginning of the run, I set a zoom point, and I was like, we'll use it at the end. Well, we're finally gonna use it. We're gonna go to the shops to buy a Divine Mace. And Divine Mace is great because it like heals you as you attack. So for an attacker like Balzac, it is perfect. We are gonna put the others in as well. Alright, let's do rank S. So rank S, it should be easy. Like there's no reason it should be hard. But actually, like a lot of these monsters have really trolly moves. Like a lot of them have one-hit KO moves, which are obviously annoying, and you know they'll use surround so that you miss a lot. So rank S is just like trolly, and if you die, like it's for a really dumb reason. But yeah, you can see that Balzac is crazy. He's crazy good. This fight's kind of funny, because like, your opponent's monsters look really wimpy. But they do have really good stats. It's not actually a trivial fight. Why did he do that? I wanted him to use Bike Kill. Leafa dying's a little annoying. Alright, it's Balzac versus everyone. Balzac has ridiculously high defense. That's why, like, everything can only do 1 damage to it. So this is the Metal King, who we haven't encountered yet because we don't collect tiny metals. But he looks really suspiciously like the king. But I mean, he can't be the king, right? That'd just be crazy. That was an insta-death move. So, very good that did not kill. So I think in the Game Boy Color version for this fight, you use you like rely on Metal Dragon to like kill the rest of his party. I forget what that move is called. That can attack your party or the enemy. But yeah, I'm so glad we don't have to rely on things like that. Oh yeah, another great thing about Balzac is he has fire and bang resistance. So that was like Blaze Most that Mimic tried to use on Balzac and it just doesn't work. Man, really? So, I forgot this, but Metal Dragon has an ability where sometimes they can avoid death. What happened there? Alright, pay attention to the Metal King here. I love the animation he has here. Yeah, raise the roof. So we have a little bit of cutscenes to watch here. And then it's off to the last dungeon and the last fight. We're pretty close to being done. Yeah, Terry has got that PogChamp face going on. So true. That would be like a good sub emote. Alright, so we just gained a little bit of money from fighting that tournament, and we're gonna go spend it right away. So we can buy items here that let us, that take us to like the next floor of a dungeon. Which is obviously pretty useful for getting out of dungeons pretty quickly. Sell everything. In the original game, there was, you could fight a guy who looked like a wizard, and if you defeated his monsters, he would take you like 20 floors down or something. But there's nothing like that in this game, unfortunately. So the fastest way to get through a dungeon level is to use this item, but we can only buy 3 of them, so we have to kind of be clever about how we use them. And the dungeons tend to get the floors tend to get longer as you go down, so we're not going to use the gold leaves on the first few floors. And the randomly generated floors also, like, they tend to, near the beginning, they tend to, you know, only give you like 2 or 3 screens before going to the exit, like here. But sometimes you do get like an anomalously long one. Yeah, this is gonna be the right way. Yep. Gotta go the long way. And at this point, I don't really need items, so it really is just like getting through. It's sometimes sad when you see a liquid metal slime and you're like, oh man, I want to fight it, but it's just so slow too. So you really don't need any more experience at this point. I guess one thing I haven't mentioned about this game is there's 2 main categories. Any percent is a much more common one run. These guys can just like appear right in front of you. Pretty and at this point I don't really need items, so it really is just like getting through. It's sometimes sad when you see a liquid metal slime and you're like, oh man, I want to fight it, but it's just so slow too. So you really don't need any more experience at this point. I guess one thing I haven't mentioned about this game is there's 2 main categories. Any percent is a much more common one run. These guys can just like appear right in front of you. Pretty annoying. And so this is an any percent run. But there is like a true ending run where you complete the additional story they added, which wasn't in the original game. And for that, the first part of the game is very close to an any percent run. But you would probably fight a liquid metal slime if you saw it here, because you do need a lot more levels to get through it. But you do just do it with Balzac. Yeah, like, it's pretty amazing. You only need, like, 3 or 4 breeds to get Balzac, and he's a monster that can, like, dominate even in the, like, end game. It gets kind of eerie because it's quiet, but I hate those guys. They just appear like right in front of you. I sometimes just skip these floors because of those monsters. You still just skip this one. He is like not getting noticed by them. That's a special floor. On every multiple of 4, you can get a special floor. And special floors are good because they're generally a lot faster than getting a normal floor. That last floor looked really long, so I was just like, no, we're not gonna do that. I think that monster was the one we saw earlier. Looks pretty terrifying. They also... oh. Idiot. That was a fake gate, and like, your map shows you where the gate is, so like, you should never fall for that. That's why I was like, I'm an idiot. But yeah, the large monsters, they have really weird hitboxes, so you have to like really go around them to avoid encounters with them. Like when I was starting to learn the game, I definitely got tripped up by that a lot. I got into battles accidentally. Yeah, and like those snakes have really weird hitboxes too. I never know like how to avoid them. This is actually a pretty annoying special floor. Like, yeah, it's almost impossible not to get into encounter. It is, like, still pretty fast, though. You can run away. Yeah, and on these floors, like, even monsters that, normally don't chase you, so, it can get pretty annoying. I should have so skipped this floor. Yeah, so the world record for true ending is roughly 5.5 hours, so it's a pretty long run. And like people haven't really, you know, tried that seriously. Like I've only done a couple runs, and there's one other guy who did some runs, but that was a long time ago. And so that could come down a lot, like with modern strats and stuff. Like 5 hours is definitely possible for true ending. Maybe even faster, I don't know. We just have to like keep working at it. Alright, so we get to hear the DQ6 music again. So, I think I got into like 4 or 5 encounters. That's pretty bad, actually. Like, I have done it with like... I'm not sure if I've had no encounters, in this dungeon, but I definitely have like 1 encounter. There were 16 floors to that dungeon. So this is kind of supposed to emulate the fight with Duran you have in DQ6. I think it's actually a pretty hard fight in the DQ6 speedrun, but here it's extremely easy. All because of Balzac. I was actually hoping that the book would do by kill instead of attack. But it did not. Alright, I think this kills anyways. But it didn't matter. But if Balzac had not gotten 3 attacks, then it would have mattered. Alright, the Terry battle. I'm pretty sure this is the only monster you fight where it's not a monster you can actually get. You can't like have a Terry on your party. Why am I being so slow? Okay, by kill on Balzac. That's what I want to do. Alright, the book died, that's fine. It does make the next fight a little slower, but... yeah, I guess you would have to like breed yourself with a monster to get Terry. That would be a scary thought. Dude, Balzac's defense is just too good that Terry can't even do damage. And like, Terry is supposed to be like a decent monster. And he is the boss after all. Yeah, you kill adult Terry in this game, it's great. Alright, so Duran is a little annoying because he knows Wave of Ice. And because the book died, I have to get Balzac to use by kill on himself. It is usually still faster, so... we'll do it. Also, look at Balzac's outfit. I've played this so much that I forget how ridiculous it is, but... Yeah, he's really like showing off his body. Oh wow, he got a crit. So scary. It is annoying when we only get one attack with. It can be worth it to decrease Duran's defense sometimes. Why am I only getting one attack? Really? But the AI is usually pretty good about doing that if it wants to. Like the AI seems to know if it's going to decrease its defense or not. Alright, he's dead. Too easy. You do notice though that, like, you know, he did do like 100 damage per turn. So, you know, had I not had the Divine Mace, it would actually be a really hard fight. So it's kind of convenient that, like, the game gives you things. And also, like, the game gives you, like, just enough money to buy a Divine Mace, too. So, yeah, a lot of things kind of, like, work together to make the run happen. So, Terry has, like, a moment of revelation here. He's like, oh, I'm not the fighter I thought I was. And then he's like, Terry, little Terry, don't turn into me. And always take care of your sister. Alright, so there's a bunch of cutscenes here, but, we're almost at the final set of fights. A lot of the run does feel like cutscenes. Like, if you take out the grind, I feel like it's mostly cutscenes. So, like, in a perfect run, you beat I don't want to spoil it, actually. Though most of you in chat probably already know. But, in a perfect run, you would beat this next set of tournaments at around 2 hours. So, you know, this isn't the fastest run ever, but, you know, in a marathon run, being, like, about 20 minutes slower than the world record, I think that's reasonable. Especially because we spent like 10 minutes on Rank E. Alright, so we fight a giant Orochi here. And it usually kills my entire party except for Balzac. But if the book can stay alive, it actually saves a lot of time. So I'm kind of hoping for that. It's pretty rare though. Alright, that's fine. Oh, the book might stay alive. Yeah, Orochi is like twice the size of Balzac, and Balzac is still gonna like trounce it. Perfect, wow. Good first fight. Alright, so if the book uses by-kill here, then Balzac can kill almost everybody with one attack. Provided he doesn't miss, obviously. The Andriel can use Surround, but he didn't, so that's good. I don't know why he's by-killing himself. That's kind of dumb. But I don't care what happens with the book now. He has served his purpose. I'm only getting one attack per turn though, which is really annoying. The unicorn does know Zing. I think he knows Cuzzing actually. Wow, 3 turns with one attack. Like, that's awful. But it didn't use Cuzzing, so that's good. Four turns with one attack. Like, that's crazy. Oh, and he did strong D, are you serious? Of course I get multiple attacks on the turn he does strong D. Alright, we're still gonna kill it, but that was ridiculous. That did not need to be that long. Alright guys, so the final boss fight's coming up. I wonder who it could be against. I mean, surely just some like random person who keeps monsters, right? What? Those shoes look kind of familiar. No way! The final boss is her sister? Malaya's like, oh, Cherry, I haven't seen you in 2 hours. So, unlike the original game, you actually get healed before this fight. And, so this fight is actually really easy because of that. It would be significantly harder if you did not heal. No, I'm definitely not doing true ending today. That was like the perfect setup, actually. Because the book got, by killing, and then died, so it's not gonna waste time. Leafa's not gonna waste time. You can tell that Quaddle actually does have decent attack though, like, doing 70 damage to Balzac when, like, all other monsters can do 1, shows that, like, it's really different. Alright, we did it, guys! GG! So this will probably be sub 240, which is pretty decent. You know, the world record for the longest time was like 245, so we are beating that. We're beating, like, not the previous world record, but the previous world record. That just goes to show how, like, new strats are really optimizing the game. Rank D, like, it took like 5 or 6 tries, I think. I think it was like the perfect amount for a marathon. Like, it showed how hard it was. But then we finally got it. I did not have to resort to my save file. Like, that was a really good thing. Man, cutscenes, hurry up. I actually need to, like, use the restroom. So, the game actually makes you get zoom, and I wonder if it's, like, so that this cutscene is consistent. Cause like, there's no reason to get Zoom. Like, you would want to, but I thought it was kind of weird that like the game makes you. So I think today, what else is coming up? So next is Torneco, and I think DQ2 is after that, and then DQ7, I believe. So lots of good stuff still coming up tonight. Should all, you know, keep tuning in. All the other runners will be great. Alright, so like here a new Wadabo was born, and the new Wadabo like will grant us a wish, and our wish is like to go home. So we're about to head home. Yeah, if you guys like this game or other Monsters games, I'll plug myself, but I usually stream a little bit later, maybe 2 or 3 hours later than I started today. And yeah, I streamed this game, I streamed DQM2, I'm trying to get into Dragon Quest Monsters Joker. So, you know, if you like Dragon Quest Monsters games, you know, come hang out on my stream sometime. We keep it pretty chill, talk about our favorite monsters. So it's funny here, Terry and Malayu think it's all a dream. And Malayu actually says, like, oh, I almost won. And it's really funny, because, like, she says that no matter what, and, like, clearly there was, like, no chance of her beating us, so... But yeah, so then they, like, decided to dream, and then they're like, hey, let's go back to bed. And then it's like, what? What's this lump on our bed? For those of you that know, get the emote ready. A giant piece of meat. Alright, I will be back in a second. I just need to go to the restroom. Yeah, so these credits are really funny, because like they show all the bosses you didn't fight during the run. So clearly like the game intends for you to like go through every dungeon, but we're just like, no, that's too slow. It is pretty cool though, like the game goes through like a lot of the bosses in DQ 1 through 6, I believe. And like, you know, it has the classic music from that. And like the post game is actually pretty good too. There's like lots of cool dungeons to explore. There's lots of breeding chains that you can do. Alright, we're starting to get back to stuff we know. I don't remember how far, like when I casual played this game, I don't remember how far I got, like down some breeding chains. Like I didn't make a Themellin, which is like one of the hardest, I think. Like one of the more complicated ones, but... You know, I definitely made a Dark Dream. Or Nocturnus, I think, was also called. Problem is, like, I didn't do much online play with this, so... some of the monsters you have to do online play to get. Alright, we're almost done. A little bit of cutscene left. I have to do pause split because I think I loaded a set of splits, so if I split, it won't keep the time. Alright, 2:37:35, like, that's a good time. Very respectable. Alright, so Lightning's getting ready right now, so if you guys need to go to the restroom or, you know, get yourself a snack for the night, then now would be the best time to do it. Thanks, everyone. Actually, I'll play like a song in theater rhythm, because I think that'll be fun. We're just loading this up. Oh no, that's not what we want. Apparently I can do this on very hard. Let's see. Watch me fail. I haven't played this in so long. It's all Mirabelle. Oh no. Oh god. Mirabelle clutching it out. Let's do like, what, we should do DQ8. Yeah, like this one's good. But one cool thing about this game is you can make like any Dragon Quest party. So it's like the All-Star Dragon Quest party. See, like, the problem with this game, though, is, like, this mode is so easy, but then, like, super hard is hard. Yes, full combo. Alright, so it looks like Lightning Luke's gonna be ready. So I'll step off. He's gonna be playing Torneco the Last Hope. I don't know much about the run, but I think it should be really amazing, and yeah, I look forward to watching his run. So I'm gonna sign off. Thank you guys for watching, and enjoy the next run.